Okay, welcome to my second video. Today we will be discussing the strategy in playing blitz chess, very fast chess, and as an example we will study a game I played against a 2100 player over the internet, and just discuss the themes as they become apparent throughout the game. I find that when you're playing a slow game, you are trying to gain a positional advantage that you can use to squeeze your opponent, and when your positional advantage is big enough, then at some point you will have some tactic that you can convert your positional advantage into a more simple advantage, like a mating attack or a big material advantage, so that the win is easy to find. I find that in blitz games, fast games, that they tend to be more dynamic, and that since you don't have so much time to try to figure out like the correct defense to some speculative attack, then a material advantage might not be as important, and this game shows how this can be true in some cases. For those of you who saw my first video in English, will know that I'm a d4 player, and I had the white pieces in this game, and I played d4s, as I always do, and the idea is very simple: just occupy the center, attack some center squares. My opponent followed similar idea and played knight to f6. Very standard stuff. He's attacking the two light squares, I'm attacking two dark squares. I pushed c4, very standard stuff, trying to occupy the center, attack the center, and my opponent stuck to his gun, stuck to his plane, playing e6, and I played knight to c3, all very standard stuff. And here my opponent played bishop to b4, which is an opening in its own right. It's called the Nimzo-Indian fence, and it's a very good opening, very popular opening at all levels. And the idea is that he's pinning my knight to my king, so that my knight is no longer attacking the two light squares in the center, e4 and d5, which his knight is now attacking. I was fine with this. I just played knight to f3, and the thing is that since I have the white pieces, I have the advantage of the first move, so my opponent cannot be successful if he attacks. Now his position is not strong enough, so if he tries to attack the pinned piece with knight to e4, I can simply defend with queen to c2, attacking his knight, because if he takes and I take back, he will have to move his bishop, and say he moves it to a5. Then if you try to take a look at this position, then the white pieces are just totally dominating more than 2/3 of the board. I should have no trouble at all winning this position. I have no material advantage, but I can just dictate the game. I can make threats, and I can do more or less as I please. So of course he would not do this, because he's a 2100 player, so he's quite strong. No, instead he just played b6, something like a Queen's Indian, aiming to fianchetto his bishop, putting it on a strong diagonal, and I just continued defending my knight with queen to c2, which is very often a good place to be for the queen in these kind of opening systems. And my opponent fianchettoed his bishop, stuck with his plan. I played a3 to get that bishop away, and I should note that he cannot maintain his pin, because if he plays back here, I will just play b4, and the bishop will be trapped and will be lost. So he played the right move. He just took. I took back, and then he attacked my queen, I dropped my queen back to c2, attacking his knight, and he defended his knight one more time, even though it was already defended by the bishop, with f5. And all this is opening theory. Grandmasters have played this hundreds of times, and there's nothing really special going on. But I played e3, and I was getting a feeling that, well, I'm not really getting anything in this position. I'm not worse, my position is okay, but my opponent just knows these lines, apparently. So when he castled, I thought, well, what can I do? And it was a 3-minute game, so I thought maybe I can somehow try to take my opponent out of his theoretical knowledge about the position and try to generate an attack at the cost of some material. And what I came up with was knight to d2, attacking his knight, which is very nicely placed. It kind of cramps my game, so I would like to get rid of that knight. And the book move, the theoretical move in this position, is bishop up here, and then the line continues d6, I castle, and he develops his knight here, and so that would be like the theoretical position, very, very small edge to white, and nothing really special going on. So, but instead I played knight d2 and attacked his knight, and he played d6 as if nothing had happened, as if I had played the standard book move, bishop to d3. So I thought, okay, it's now or never. I have to generate an attack, and I will attack the square g7. I will try to just get all my pieces against g7, and I will try to lure my opponent to help me achieve this goal. So my first part of the plan was to sacrifice some material to open up the lines of attack. I played d5. This pawn is attacked twice by the bishop and the other pawn, and it's only defended once by my pawn. So of course my opponent just took. It's the right decision. So now my opponent has a theoretical advantage because he has more material on the board than I have. And here I played bishop to d3, and my opponent thought, oh, I can gain even more material. If I take this knight, I will have to take back, and his idea was that the square g2 is now attacked, it's undefended, so of course he just took. But if you look at this position, then it's quite apparent that my queen and my light squared bishop on d3 is aimed at both. At one point, this pawn here is attacking this pawn, but also after this pawn is captured, they are aiming at h7. So that's one thing. Also, this bishop here on d2 is ready to go to c3, where it can attack g7, which is the most important entry point for my pieces. But this is a blitz game, this is a very fast game, so my opponent saw the material. He thought, okay, I will take this material, and then I will probably be able to squeeze my opponent to death. So he just took, and then I moved my rook. I had to because it was attacked, and now notice that the rook is now attacking g7. My opponent was a quite strong player, so he found the correct move. He played bishop to e4, and this is clear. He has to shut one of my bishops out of the game because they are simply too strong. So also this pawn on f5 cannot be defended, so it will be lost anyway. So we just exchanged, and then I took back with the queen and won a tempo. What do I mean by winning a tempo? Well, I mean that I forced my opponent to make a move which is not really that constructive for his plan. Because now I can take the rook, so he has to defend the rook, and he did so by moving the knight. Now the rook is defended by the queen.